Out of a deep sense of alarm, on September 19th, I published an article entitled "The Death of Truth." My alarm was triggered at the spread of deliberate lies, misinformation, and disinformation about matters that are critical to the well-being of people everywhere. I return to the subject now because of the fear that lies, not truth, will dominate public discourse in the future, unless there is a global determination to reverse the current trend. There is no indication right now of such a global resolve, particularly as lies are being propagated practically every second on social media platforms. These lies are not adequately challenged, nor are they repudiated by the owners and operators of these platforms. Subsequently, lies prevail, shaping the opinions and convictions of those who are regularly targeted by them. This troubling situation was glaringly evident in the US presidential campaign, and it is not limited to the United States. Events in almost every section of US society have usually had a profound effect on other countries, at times undermining their traditional cultural norms and values. And this time is no different. The techniques used to suppress truth and promote lies are also being adopted globally by individuals and organizations that are committed to their causes at any cost. Among these techniques are building fear and apprehension among voters, distorting and twisting the truth. In the US election, some of the lies that investigative agencies have identified include claims that the government dropped 32,000 illegal aliens into Springfield, Ohio, a town of around 50,000 people. This falsehood fed into the narrative that illegal migrants are overrunning US towns and displacing US nationals. Its repetition in social media outlets has manipulated public opinion and fostered resentment. Evidence, including statements from Springfield's mayor, has disproved this claim. For example, the City of Springfield website reports that there are an estimated 12,000 to 15,000 legal immigrants in the county, which has a population of about 138,000. Another false claim is that foreign leaders from, quote, all over South America, all over the Middle East, all over Asia, and all over Europe, all over Africa, have emptied their jails to allow their criminals to migrate to the United States. This claim aims to stoke fears that foreign criminals are flooding the country with the cooperation of the present United States government. But a study by the Institute for Crime and Justice Policy Research at Birkbeck College at the University of London, which researches such figures, states it has seen absolutely no evidence that any country is emptying its prisons and sending them all to the United States. Nevertheless, the falsehood persists. There are many more lies and misinformation that have been part of the campaign. Unfortunately, some mainstream media outlets, which for decades declared themselves defenders of truth and objectivity, seldom challenge this disinformation. At least one well-known and previously respected newspaper published an opinion by a major politician with a claim that could have been easily fact-checked, yet they chose not to do so. Further, major newspapers are now owned by billionaires who operate in multiple industries and seek government contracts, raising questions about their policies to ensure editorial integrity and journalistic independence. Now, while this situation is particularly pronounced in the United States due to the global attention of the presidential election, the trend of misinformation, disinformation, and lies is spreading worldwide, including in the Caribbean. The world is now in a dangerous place. where the public faces two unhealthy choices: either to distrust every piece of information or to accept information without question. Effective decision making requires accurate information in which people can have confidence. Without it, societies risk division and conflict. Public confidence depends on the collective responsibility of governments, legislatures, media leaders, digital platform owners, and the public alike to demand and uphold accuracy and integrity. The media can be a guardian of truth, but only if it commits to doing so. There has always been misinformation in political discourse, particularly around elections time. But the current scale and depth of misinformation in the United States politics is unprecedented. Whatever the outcome of the election, the damage to the public's trust in information will likely leave lasting scars. In the Caribbean, political parties and the established media have a responsibility to uphold truth for the good of their societies. Societies require accurate information to thrive. Without it, their nations risk abject failure. And that is the danger posed for all of us by the death of truth.